Hey YouTube, this is Fet, and today we're going to be talking about a few things I think should be brought from BF1 to BF5. Now, to preface this video, it's just an opinion. Each of us are going to have our own take on what we think should be brought over, but this is just a list of things that I think should be added, and you're welcome to post your comment with your opinion below. Now, to get this list started, it's in no particular order, but the first thing I'm going to talk about are weapon loadouts. Now, weapon loadouts were something very convenient in BF1 where you were just quickly able to switch your playstyle depending on the weapon and gadget loadout that you had. You could quickly do it, and you had three ready to go without having to go through and manually change everything. You just you want to change weapons, quickly do so without having a cumbersome UI to hold you back. Now, with BF5 in this case, you're able to kind of combine this idea with having weapon loadouts with your outfit combined, where you can have one loadout, it has your weapon and everything, and then it also has your cosmetics attached to that. So that way, if you get a map such as Narvik, you can have your winter camo ready to go with your favorite weapon on that map without having to manually go through the change appearance and then go through all the other cosmetics that you have to click on the partisan camo, whereas you could just have it ready to go. You see, oh wow, it's been Narvik is coming up in rotation. You can just quickly go and select that without having to go through all the menu options to do so. Moving on to the second thing on our list is server rebalancing. Now, you may or may not have experienced this issue, but I'm sure you have, and it's something that needs to be addressed. Now, BF1 had implemented something where it would do a server rebalance in the middle of a game if it found that people were being added to the team that had more players or just a general imbalance. But in BF5, there is nothing to solve this. Many times you'll run into a game, and you might even be joining a game if you do quick match, right? You go in a quick match, let's say you're trying to do conquest, you select it, you get into a server, and you find out that the server is already in balance and you're being added to the team that has more players, or vice versa, you're being added to the team with less players, right? And it's already like a difference margin of at least 5 or 10 players, right? And then what ends up happening is that your team doesn't do well, people quit, and then that imbalance becomes more severe. So many times people are just leaving the server, just abandoning it, and then the quality of the gameplay goes down. Now, this is something that I hope they can address very soon. It's something that has to be addressed. It's been here since launch, and nothing's been done about it. Hopefully, raising awareness about this, we can get this issue resolved. Now, continuing our previous discussion with cosmetics, let's talk about secondary weapon skins. Now, data mining shows that they're in the game files. I know that data miners that I follow on Twitter have posted photos about it, and I'll post a link below to the account that actually has all the videos showing these weapons. Now, I assume that they're going to be coming up in a new update with a chapter release, but as of this recording, they're not in the game. And it's kind of odd because BF5 has a huge emphasis on customization. That's kind of one of the big things that they're pushing in this game. And to not have secondary weapon skins when they were present in BF1, it's kind of odd when that game is kind of more restrictive on what you can customize. There isn't really anything you can really do besides your weapon. And it seems out of place when it's already in the game files to not have it in the game. I also think emblems deserve a shout. They were something that you could really customize as well. When you have a kill, it shows your emblem, and you can also have it imprinted on your gun as well. Specifically the one you're using at the time. So I thought that was a very cool addition, and to not have that as well is kind of something that I'm missing. That's more of a minor thing, but it kind of just piggybacks off the cosmetic discussion that we're having. Another thing that I think they should add are service stars. I think service stars were something that were very unique, something that led you to keep on the mentality of, let's keep playing, grinding a little bit. I have a friend that would actually try to get a service star with each gun, and I think that kind of lends to more play styles, more, extending the life of the game. Whereas somebody might get bored, it's always giving you something to do. So I think something like that would be nice to have in this game. Additionally, with rank as well, I know they're updating the rank, and rank is kind of going on where you show your dedication to the game by having and reaching max rank. in a way, Server Stars also achieve the same thing, but with your weapon. And I think that's something that people would also enjoy having, the challenge to strive for. Now, a final bonus to this list would also be renaming the chapters. Instead of having chapters, it's kind of generic. You get really the full titles like Battlefield 5, Chapter 4, yada yada, right? And then the actual name. It's better to actually have the naming scheme that Battlefield 1 had with their DLCs. Now, I know there's no DLCs in this game, it's kind of this live service, right? But it's in a way, it's basically the same kind of thing where we're getting maps over time, and collectively the chapters basically that DLC stretched out over a period of time. So it's better to just go to that naming scheme. It's more thematic that way. The upcoming Pacific Theater, it's better just to say, Pacific Theater, Battlefield Pacific Theater, or Battlefield, the Pacific, or something along those lines than just saying Battlefield chapter 5, or chapter 4, whatever, whichever chapter it is. I think that makes it more, thematic to have that naming scheme. That's more of a minor thing, but I just think it adds to the overall element, the overall immersion. Like, oh shoot, the Pacific's coming up versus like, oh, chapter 5, which also has a Pacific. So anyway, that is my video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. Like I said before, if you have a comment or opinion on the list or what you would rather have instead, leave a comment below and I'll read through all of them and I'll be commenting back. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you all next time.